if your property was built in 1980 or earlier, and there is any kind of damage that requires drywall work or tile removal or electrical work, there could be asbestos involved. Asbestos. Asbestos is a fiber that can be in a lot of old products. They used those fibers kind of like fiberglass as a structural component for the material. It's in a lot of things. It can be in the insulation of electrical wire. It can be in the duct tape, not duct tape, but duct tape for HVAC systems. It can be in cementitious siding. It can be in the drywall compounds. It could be in plaster. It can be in so many different things that you really have to just have whatever it is you're working on tested. Because if you manipulate that material, it could release those fibers into the air, and if you breathe it in, your body does not break it down. It will stay in your lungs, and it is a class 1 carcinogen. So if there is asbestos in your property and it's all tied to an insurance loss, what does the carrier owe for? Well, if there is damage to drywall, let's say, and there is asbestos found in the drywall mud, and they consider it friable, which means it can crumble or powder or crush, then that area that is damaged, all of the known asbestos in that area that is greater than 1% asbestos has to go, and the carrier has to pay for that. If there is an adjacent room that you are not manipulating in any way, and there's frame around the doorway that has wood, and so the drywall is completely separated, they don't owe to go into that room for the asbestos removal because that isn't part of the loss. If the electrical wire has asbestos in it, and they have to replace all the electrical because of a lightning claim or a fire loss or whatever it might be, it could change things because getting to that electrical wire could cause quite a bit of damage to the insulation and things that it's inside of. Depending on where that asbestos is, could make a completely different claim. Ultimately, if there's asbestos in there, the industrial hygienist that gets involved will set some kind of a protocol on exactly how to remove it and what to do with it. Sometimes there's some bull that happens with some of these protocols that are set. I recently had a claim where the industrial hygienist, who was certified with asbestos, said that we should cut the drywall that is known to have 2% asbestos. It's an asbestos containing material, and the drywall compound is friable, meaning it's going to get crushed and release as it gets crushed, a powder or something into the air. And they want us to cut that along a stud and then paint the drywall that is being left behind so that when they put new drywall in and mud over it, and the contractor is sanding the new drywall mud, when they see that paint, they know when to stop sanding so that they don't sand into the asbestos containing material. That is so stupid. I don't even really know what else to call it. It's just stupid. The EPA requires you to do whatever you can to eliminate health risk. So leaving drywall behind that has known asbestos in it where you are butting up new drywall is not safe. And unless it was something you had to do because there was no access to it, then you have to remove that. That isn't something that there's a negotiation on. The carrier can't just stop there unless they have weird exclusions in their policy about it. So if the insurance company is telling you that they can just remove parts of the wall that has asbestos, they're wrong. They can't do that. Not unless their policy language has something in it that I've never seen before, which is a possibility. ultimately, you want to make sure that your family is going to be safe, or your employees, if it's a business, when they're around that material when it's finished being repaired. You can't spray paint something and keep the contractor from being able to sand something down without there being some sort of a risk. And how is paint going to attach to a friable material anyway? I don't know. Some people are just dumb, I guess, or trying to find some way to shortchange you. Why are you still dealing with the bull without us?